You know they're trouble. You can see the red flags waving like carnival banners, and still, somehow, you're drawn to them. The bad boys, the bad girls, the ones who flirt with chaos and call it charm. But here's the truth. You're not addicted to them. You're addicted to the feeling they trigger in you, that spike of dopamine, that tiny jolt of unpredictability, that illusion that maybe this time you'll be the one who tames the storm. We call it chemistry. But really, it's neurology with good lighting. Welcome to Psychology U. Let's unpack why you fall for the bad ones and what your brain is secretly trying to do when it calls that love. Attraction isn't random. It's a reward circuit fueled by dopamine, the same chemical that lights up when you gamble, chase goals, or scroll social media. When you meet someone unpredictable, someone who gives affection one day and pulls away the next, your brain lights up even more, because the human brain loves uncertainty. In experiments, we found that people's dopamine spikes higher when rewards are inconsistent. That's what psychologists call intermittent reinforcement, the same trick slot machines use. When the affection, attention, or validation is unpredictable, your brain keeps spinning the emotional wheel, hoping for another win. It's not love at first sight, it's dopamine at first risk. But biology isn't the full story. Your brain also keeps score of your emotional past. When we're young, our earliest relationships teach our nervous systems what love feels like: safe, anxious, distant, chaotic. If love once came with anxiety, inconsistency, or the need to earn affection, then part of you starts to mistake uncertainty for intimacy. So when that bad boy or bad girl shows up, half available, half mystery, your nervous system whispers, "Ah, this feels familiar." Familiar isn't always safe, but it feels like home. When you meet someone unpredictable, your brain fires like it's discovered something new. Novelty excites the same reward centers that respond to caffeine, music, and winning. That's why the unpredictable ones feel magnetic. They keep your system guessing. Every delayed reply, every hot and cold moment. It's your brain rolling emotional dice, whispering, "Maybe this time I'll win." Uncertainty doesn't just keep you hooked. It feels like hope. Now, let's talk about the thrill, because part of this attraction isn't just emotional, it's psychological theater. When someone pulls away, you don't just lose their attention, you lose your sense of control, and your brain hates losing control. So it does what it does best. It obsesses, rewinds, overthinks, strategizes. This chase becomes addictive. Every text reply feels like a win. Every breadcrumb feels like progress. It's not romance, it's reinforcement. And when they finally give you attention again, your brain rewards you with a wave of euphoria, dopamine jackpot. That high is what keeps you hooked. We often confuse chemistry with comfort. That quick spark, the heart-racing, can't-sleep kind, isn't always love. Sometimes it's recognition. The same push and pull you learned years ago, the same distance you once had to chase. Your nervous system isn't seeking joy, it's seeking familiarity. To it, uncertainty feels like home. Here's another layer. We often project onto people what we want to see, especially those who trigger our insecurities. That mysterious, moody person, you imagine depth where there might just be distance. That confident rebel, you see leadership when it's actually control. Psychologically, we're not falling for who they are. We're falling for who we hope they'll become once they finally choose us. And that's the real trap. Your attachment system equates earning love with being worthy. So every time you almost win them over, your brain links approval with survival. That's why bad love doesn't feel like chaos. It feels like purpose. The bad boy isn't just a person, it's an archetype. He moves like confidence with chaos in his pocket. The bad girl isn't rebellion, she's freedom wrapped in danger. Both pull you in because they mirror the parts of you that long to be fearless and the parts still scared to be alone. They promise intensity, not intimacy. And your brain doesn't always know the difference. If you've ever asked yourself, why do I always attract emotionally unavailable people? Try flipping the question. Why do I keep choosing them? Because somewhere deep down, your mind is repeating an unfinished story. It's replaying a pattern it wants to rewrite. The childhood version of love that was unpredictable, conditional, or half-present. Your adult self keeps picking similar dynamics, hoping for a different ending. It's not weakness. It's your subconscious saying, if I can make this person stay, maybe it means I'm finally enough. But healing doesn't come from repeating the test. It comes from choosing differently. We've been trained to chase sparks instead of stability, to believe that the ones who make us ache must also make us grow. But sparks alone don't build warmth. They just burn fast. Real connection is quieter. It feels steady. The problem? Your brain mistakes calm for no chemistry. But that stillness you resist might be the peace you've been trying to find. So how do you break the pattern? First, recognize the high for what it is, a chemical trick. Dopamine is excitement, not love. Chemistry isn't always compatibility, and that adrenaline you call spark, sometimes it's just anxiety wearing perfume. Second, start noticing how peace feels in your body, because when you're used to chaos, peace feels boring. That's not a red flag, that's healing. Healthy love isn't fireworks, it's a steady flame. You don't have to chase it, you can finally rest in it. Attraction isn't fate, it's feedback. It shows you where you've been, not where you have to go. When you start associating peace with excitement, your body begins to crave differently. You don't need to love less intensely. You just need to love more consciously. The nervous system that got hooked on chaos can also learn calm. So the next time your heart skips for someone who feels a little too unpredictable, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, is this love or is this nostalgia for chaos? You deserve connection that doesn't confuse your nervous system. You deserve calm that still feels alive. Because real chemistry, it's not when someone makes your pulse race. It's when they make your soul exhale. This is Psychology U. If this episode helped you understand your own patterns, hit subscribe and keep learning the psychology of you.